Thanks for tuning into WHMS Radio. This is the Working Hour. I'm Mike.
And I'm Shane, and this week we will be covering Solar Power by Lorde.
100%. Solar Power is the third studio album by New Zealand singer-songwriter Lorde. This album was released August 20th of 2021 by Universal. This album was said to be inspired by the death of her golden retriever dog Mix Pearl and her visit to Antarctica in 2019. The album was written with producer Jack Antonoff from Tell Me Again.
From Bleachers and was it Fun?
Yes.
Yeah.
To capture Catholicism and summer escapism. Mainly, it just focused on her time in her homeland of New Zealand and expressing her disdain for fame and celebrity culture. Commercially, Solar Power reached number one in Australia and New Zealand, charted inside the top 10 in various countries. Lorde actually opted out manufacturing CDs for this album. She decided to release Solar Power on digital music platforms only, along with streaming services, and there was a couple vinyl LPs released too.
Nice.
The album for Solar Power was actually photographed by Lorde's friend Ophelia, where they were both on the beach, and she just laid on the sand, and Lorde jumped over and took the picture. Shot with a fisheye lens from below, it shows Lorde wearing a yellow rash guard and a swimsuit. The singer's body obstructs the sun view. She was on an interview with Stephen Colbert, and he kind of asked her about it, and she said Lorde herself actually said the image is a little hardcore and feral, but remarked that it also expresses joyfulness, innocence, and freedom and playfulness. Some markets, including China, Hong Kong, Japan, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates, they censored Lorde's buttocks. Her buttocks with a bright sunlight lens flare, so you kind of couldn't see it. The singles released for Solar Power were Solar Power, Stoned at the Nail Salon, Mood Ring, and Fallen Fruit. The genres for this album are indie folk, folk pop, psychedelic pop, and psychedelic folk.
I do find it interesting you picked this album. I wasn't sure like what album to expect.
I had to do something new. I do like I'm drawing a blank on it. Pure Heroin. That's probably my favorite album still by her. Mm-hmm. But I thought this one was overall. I thought it was pretty good.
And you'd never heard it like
nope
before this, right?
Nope. When I texted you or told you about it, I probably heard it like maybe one or two times, but it was literally like within that week.
Okay.
So
I do like that the censorship was able to find like a feasible way of doing it without being like, yeah, we're gonna need you to do like a different like promotional.
Well, could you imagine though if they like put like a black cube over her butt and China, like people in China and Hong Kong, Saudi Arabia, Japan, they'd all be like, I gotta get a real copy of this. She's naked.
Yeah.
Because you would just think the worst.
It's like, you're going to see buttcock, all right?
Buttcock, yeah.
I got to see it. So
she's like, I'm a real man.
I'm a man's man, boy. But, yeah. No, lens flare? Okay, smart. That's a smart way of censoring it.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't know otherwise.
Nope.
Not really.
Not an idea.
So.
All right. Well, do you got anything else to add, or are we going to get right into the tracks?
I don't really have much else to add, so if you want to get into it, let's get right into it.
Let's get into it. So track one, we got The Path. Coming in at 3 minutes 41 seconds. So instantly, like, I was only really familiar with Pure Heroin before this album. I just kind of wanted to listen to something new by her because I hadn't listened to anything else by her. And she's got a new album coming out in June, and I'm excited for it. So instantly, I noticed like the guitar strumming in this. I thought it was a lot different than anything on Pure Heroin. It's kind of like the guitar strumming. I was thinking about it on the way over here. Like, there's a lot of I don't want to say like rock band because it still sounds a lot of electronic, but it's like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's more like even like Remy was kind of like rock and rollish.
Yeah.
Which this first song not very rock and rollish. I thought it sounded like Mad World on the intro. I don't know if you got that.
Okay.
But it's only for like maybe 10 seconds, and then it takes a different like sound.
Okay, I know what you're talking about, and it reminded me of something else, but sure.
But yeah, she opens up with like a couple of nice little lyrics, like Teen Millionaire, having nightmares from the camera flash. I don't know. I think you kind of like start to maybe kind of imagine what the album vibe is going to be like. And then around minute 45 in the track, it kind of really picks up speed, where it kind of shows us the chorus, let's hope the sun will show us the path, which kind of calls out the name of the song. I thought that was good. I actually really do like this song. It instantly made it to the like songs for me.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, this album's I like this. Like, I'm glad I don't hate it. And it really grew on me the more I listened to it. I'm surprised it wasn't a single, honestly.
I kind of am too.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. I thought her vocals were really good on the opening track, and it really piqued my interest. I gave it an 8.2 out of 10. Like I said, instantly, I was like, I'm liking that. That's good.
Okay. Yeah, for the path, I got pretty like gentle vocals. There's also like a lot of layering going on with her
Yeah,
vocals as
yeah.
well. For me, the starting instrumental kind of reminded me of like Nothing Else Matters, and just like it's the tone of it.
Yeah, maybe that's what it
Yeah,
is.
I don't
I need to listen to
know.
it again with your interpretation. I kind of want you to listen to it with mine to see if
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
I'm just like, is this Donnie Darko soundtrack? What is this?
Funnily
Mad World?
enough, Heather just started watching Donnie Darko today
Nice.
for my recommendation. But yeah, I don't. And like the thing is, I looked at a couple different reviews on YouTube specifically of this song to be like, what is that? Can someone like put this
No one
into
mentioned
words?
it.
No one really
Well,
said
listen to
anything
that,
about
folks.
it.
You heard it from us first.
Yeah, so it's either Mad World or Nothing Else Matters by Metallica.
Nothing else matters in a mad world.
And funnily enough, I put it for about 10 seconds until the flute kind of starts to
Yeah.
come in.
Yeah, and that mixes it up. It doesn't sound like Metallica anymore.
No, not at all. Then I also put at 144. It starts to pick up steam, get a little bit more poppy.
It kind of sounded like George Michael vibes to me. I don't know why. I feel like I've said this about multiple songs off albums we've done, but it's like, I don't know.
Okay.
Or something you'd see in The Lion King. I don't know.
Fuck, one of these days
I got weird visions.
One of these days we'll review George Michael.
I thought about doing Faith, honestly, but
Faith by Limp Bizkit.
oh. Faith No More by Limp Bizkit.
I mean, I almost had us do a Faith No More album.
Hey.
But like,
we got plenty of time. We'll get there.
No. They've got like some bangers, but then they get real fucking weird. So I don't know. It's tricky. We'll see. Maybe one day. But yeah, it becomes more poppy. For the lyrics, I put, "Because we're all broken and sad. Where are the dreams that we had? Can't find the dreams that we had." Yeah. I give this a 6.8 out of 10. Not bad. I am also a little surprised that this wasn't a single, but no, it was good. On to track number 2, Solar Power, at 3 minutes and 12 seconds. Pretty simple, like, acoustic strumming to start.
Same thing I put.
With, like, a intro, like, build-up. There's more vocal layering going on. Did you see the music video for this?
I did not.
Where they're, like, out on the beach and, like...
Did not see it.
Fair enough. So, yeah, they're just out on the beach kind of doing their thing. It's a fucking bunch of people just kind of for the music video dancing around, and I put the music video kind of reminds me of the 40-Year-Old Virgin ending. If you ever saw that movie?
Yes.
Remember the end where they're all like dancing
around?
Yeah, it reminded me of that.
I might have to watch it now.
Yeah. So, and there's also a part where a girl like hands her a drink, and the chick just looks so like kind of judgy about it. She's like, one of the more hopeful, fun, happy songs on the album, I feel. I'm kind of like a prettier Jesus.
Yeah.
My cheeks in high color, overripe peaches. No shirt, no shoes, only my features. Music, let me see. Music pick up. Plus, I don't know what that says. Plus prop. Oh, no. Music picks up and then it drops at like 208.
That's what I put, yeah.
The solar power in unison, like there's a bunch of people like kind of singing over it together. Yeah, one of the more upbeat songs. More upbeat songs have a fuck. I really need that.
Solar Power.
And more upbeat songs have.
You need to get a tablet, my man.
Dude, I'm going to. It's very light and summery song. I gave it a 7.4 out of 10.
Okay, so you were a little higher on this than you were on the path.
Yeah.
Yeah, we put a lot of the same
shit
things.
Handwriting.
Did you hear where I did that? I don't know if it picks it up on the pod, but I can read stuff out loud, and it's like the solar power.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't think this track was as good as the first track. I didn't think it was bad though. Again, it kind of picks up around 2 minutes. I put 2 minutes and 6 seconds. I think you said 2 minutes and four. And then the chorus is a little bit different. It's a nice song because she talks about in the beginning. This is the one where she's like, I cancel all the plans. I tend or
A late '90s pop sound. That's what I put.
okay,
Sorry.
a late '90s prop sound.
Ugh.
Yeah, I could see that. Something maybe like a Sheryl Crow almost.
Because I got on Spotify. I'm like, Jewel.
Is she putting out new stuff?
No.
Sheryl Crow just put out a new album like last year.
Okay.
I was amazed. It's like,
damn, still at it.
Work.
And then also I also looked up like some Christina Aguilera. It does have like
Similar
like
enough.
a late night. Kind of.
Well, I mean, that's probably who she got some of her inspiration from. You would think.
Yeah.
I didn't have a lot for this song. It did kind of grow on me, and it was. Yeah, it was a solar as well, or a solar. It was a single.
It was a solar.
It was a solar power. I think it's a song I can kind of relate to because she's talking about, in the summertime she's like more outgoing. I don't know if that's 100% the right word.
Yeah.
And like seasonal depression for me is like a real thing. Like, it kind of sucks being cooped up in a cage all winter.
No, absolutely.
So on that note, it did hit with me. I didn't give it as good as a score as The Path. I only gave this a 7.6 out of 10. Still a good listen though. I could see why it was a single. It just wasn't crazy. Moving on though, track number 3, California, coming in at 3 minutes and 12 seconds. So the opening where she's like, once upon a time in Hollywood, Carol called my name. That's when she won a Grammy. And actually Carole King was the one to announce that she won the Grammy. I thought that was neat. This song really grew on me where she's like, don't want that Cali. This is her voice and shit. I tried singing it on the way over here, and my voice is like, no, dude,
you don't have that range.
I can't, dude. I can't.
It's all right.
But I kind of thought it was more of a personal song out of the first two, just because I think she's kind of talking to me and being more over like the California Hollywood lifestyle. I also read somewhere that it was kind of talking about her dog. But she has the line, goodbye to all the models, all the bottles. I really like the chorus where she's just like, don't want that California love. I put down a 6.8, but I'm going to bump that up because I listened to it on the way over here and I was like, I like this. Okay. I'm going to give it a 7.3.
All right. I got the intro is light, almost keyboard sounding, like almost like a plucking with like a muffled like drum beat to it. It's just a dream.
It's just a dream.
Backing vocal, Jesus Christ. Okay.
And that's an ay caramba for you folks at home.
Backing instruments. The song almost sounds like kind of dreamlike, sort of. Goodbye to all the bottles, all the models. Bye to the kids in the lines for the new Supreme. Don't want that California love. Really seems like she's just tired of like the Hollywood superficial bullshit. You know what I mean?
No, that's what I got from it too.
So I don't really have much else for it. I gave it a 6.2 out of 10.
Okay.
So I wasn't vibing with it quite as hard. I will tell you this though. I think this week I am gonna get a fucking tablet because this is fine.
Yeah, but it's paid. Well, you already. No,
I just got paid.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's right. I couldn't remember.
So it's a whistle pig.
You're like, that's my tablet money right there.
Whistle pig.
Drink up.
Yeah, I was like, if I'm buying some whiskey, I'm gonna fucking. Also, I'm trying to quit nicotine, which I get the irony.
Buddy, that's a cop out.
Imagine the looks I got whenever I went to the fucking liquor store and I was like, here's 2 travel size packs of Nicorette, and let me get a pack of Marlboros too.
I like to chew the gum while I smoke.
Yeah, naturally. So yeah, I am gonna get a fucking tablet. I mean, it's gonna save me so much time doing this.
Yeah, for sure.
You know
Especially you can just like, I thought about doing like a voice to text and just doing it like that.
That's not bad. I think about
Especially if I listen to the music on my earbuds, and then I could just talk to my tablet or whatever.
Because I saw that they have like Samsung tablets that are like open box that you can get for like $1.70.
Yeah, I mean, even if you get mine's just a Fire tablet, dude.
Yeah,
basic as fuck. But if you want to get a nice one, get a nice one.
Get nice, but like at the same time, like there's a world of difference between like $170 Samsung tablet and like an $800 Samsung tablet.
Yeah, for sure.
But, I mean, what am I really gonna use it for?
Yeah, I bought mine thinking I would use it all the time, and this is about the only thing I use it for.
So. On to song number 4, coming in at 4 minutes and 26 seconds, we have Stoned at the Nail Salon. Uh, the vocal layering continues. It feels somber, almost nostalgic.
Yeah.
Feels like the most indie folk like the album has gotten thus far, in my opinion. But the sun has to rise. When it does, we'll divide up the papers. Two former Hellraisers. This is also her weed album. That's what Alex was telling me. She's like, you should mention that on the pod.
Yeah.
So
I read that too. I'm surprised we didn't mention that. I can't believe I didn't put that in the intro notes. But yeah, this is her. She was so I looked and she had such a hiatus. She had like some skin issues and some stomach issues and stuff.
Okay.
And she quit taking antidepressants and started like doing psychedelics and stuff, I guess, around this time supposedly. Okay. I might be off by like a year or two, but I think that's where some of this inspiration came from, which makes sense because when you start tripping, the sun is just a nice day is
next level,
10 times nicer day.
But I give it a 7.2 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to say, I don't know if this song piqued my interest, but I just randomly wanted, because I was struggling to pick an album. And I was like, let me just see what Lorde's got coming out, because I knew this single just got released. And I can't remember if I listened to this one first or if I just let this play. But I thought it was really good, and it's like you said, pretty somber. I think it's just kind of, I don't even want to say if you got to be stoned to experience this, but I think like any kind of non-soberness where you kind of like have a moment and you like think about something, you can kind of look back and you're like, I don't know, maybe I'm just fucked up right now and that's why I'm feeling this way. Where you like, I don't know, just certain things, memories and stuff.
At the nail salon.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, well, I've never been to the nail salon. Ironically though, last week or a couple days, I can't remember. They Heidi, his girl, asked me if I'd go to get a pedicure. And I was like, I'm not opposed. It's not something I would seek out. But I mean,
this is how it starts. You go to Lush, then you're getting petties, and then next thing you know,
get my shit pushed in.
That's how it goes, bud. You're like, I want to look like one of those girls. Get fucked by me, all right? I thought it looked pretty hot.
I put an ad on Craigslist.
You look just like me.
But yeah, no, I really like this song, and I just like her tone, and just I don't know, it's kind of like an edgy song just because it's stoned to the nail salon. I feel like, I mean, 2021 probably not the most edgiest thing, but I thought it was good, and it kind of, I think it emphasizes looking back on your teen years and kind of being sad on growing up. All the music at 16 you'll grow out of, because all the times they'll change and it'll come around, and that's 100% true. Like, it is. I still like the music I listened to when I was in high school, but I'm like, Jesus, this is not as good as I remember it being.
Yeah.
Five Finger Death Punch is not that good. Punch sound. But yeah, I thought it was good. This is my highest scoring song on the album, but it kind of has, maybe because I played it too much. But I gave it an 8.8 out of 10.
8.8, damn. Okay.
Yeah, because I sent it to you like a week or two ago.
And wasn't that kind of like what like made you be like, yeah, let's do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I just really liked the song, and it might have been before I even listened to the rest of the album. But yeah, 8.8 out of 10. Do you want to?
Yes.
You want to do?
Yes, I do.
Shot number 2. Yeah, I seen you over there licking your chops. Didn't spill anything that time. Oh, almost did. I actually let it sit. I'm gonna relish the burn. It does have a burn to it, though.
It does. It's weird, but as you get older,
it's not bad. Well, yeah, it doesn't bother me. I mean, it's not desirable. It's like eating ass, You're kind of just doing it in the mood.
Well, you gotta get a taste at least, so you know what you're working with.
That does not taste good when it's bad.
You gotta know what you're working with.
That's why you smell.
I was gonna say like an ass should just taste like skin, preferably
if it's cleaned right. Maybe a little bit of sweat.
Yeah, it's fine. That's fine.
This one tastes like blood.
It was warm and full of blood.
Some dude I worked with today was talking about the Jackass scene where the dude like jumped out of a tree and they took the ultimate wedgie and there was like blood.
Fuck, I hate that. I hated that. I hated all of that.
That would hurt. You ever got like a wedgie?
Thankfully, no.
I think I mean my dad or my sister probably growing up gave me one, but it wasn't like that.
Yeah, where you
like
got a little atomic fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's me, right? Next song, Fallen Fruit.
Yeah.
Track number 5, Fallen Fruit. Did you chuckle because of that video I sent you last night?
Yeah, that's it.
And I didn't even get the good part of the song where she's like, the fallen fruit.
It's okay.
And I panned over to the chewing banana that was just on the ground that Letty threw in the ground in the garage. So
Oh,
yeah.
guess who's home?
All right, guys, we're gonna take a quick little break,
We'll be right back.
and we'll be right back, friends. All right, guys, we're back. We were just starting. I was just starting talking about track number 5, "The Fallen Fruit," at 3 minutes 58 seconds. So I don't know. I think you were talking about her vocals being layered. This has definitely got like a backtrack on a backtrack. Kind of hear like her voice echoing.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the chorus was good. "The fallen fruit, fallen fruit, ooh," it's good. And then the song kind of switches it up big time at like a minute 54, where she's just like, "From the Nissan to the Phantom to the plane." And it's kind of more of her talking for like the next 30-ish seconds, and then it goes back to the chorus. I wasn't crazy about it, but like last night I was listening to it in the garage, and I was like, oh, I kind of like the chorus. I think I just like her voice, so everything kind of gets a free pass. But I gave the song a 6.7 out of 10, just because it was like the really only good thing for me out of it was the chorus. So that's why 6.
Okay. I put more than any song thus far. This one probably changes the most. The guitar again has that sound that reminds me of Metallica.
So good.
Yeah, I
Dude,
know.
the shame
Well,
is
I think it like tastes different depending on like what you drank before.
100%. Because the other night when I was drinking the Yingling, not as good after that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just because it's a lager.
All right. Just kind of depends, you know.
It's hitting the palate tonight.
I mean, one more.
One more little sip.
Yeah, it's very fruity. But yeah, the guitar again reminded me of Nothing Else Matters, and I'm not sure how to describe it. I really tried to find it, couldn't find it. The drop at 155 where it changes up, it sounds like it's about to go like more into like the vein of pure heroin. From the Nissan to the Phantom to the plane.
And we'll never be royal.
We can go down the tennis courts, baby. But we'll disappear in the cover of The Rain. Yeah, 155 to like 326. There's like a musical swell. In the end, it kind of failed to get the hook in me, but I gave it a 6.3 out of 10.
Okay, we're pretty close on that.
Yeah. It's track number 6, Secrets from a Girl, at 3 minutes 38 seconds. It's definitely like one of the more quiet intros. The music starts to liven up around 23-second mark. Everybody wants the best for you, but you gotta want it for yourself. My love, you can take them if you want them. These are just secrets from a girl who's seen it all. From 2 minutes and 17 seconds to 3 minutes and 38 seconds.
Hello, I am your...
Yeah. Welcome to the sadness. Or welcome to sadness. The temperature is unbearable until you face it.
Yeah.
And then it kind of, goes on and on. But I gave this a 6.5 out of 10.
Okay, we're really close, actually. And you didn't have a whole lot for it, and I don't really either.
Mm-hmm.
We had a very similar thing. It kind of sounds... It reminded me of, like, going through an airport. And not that I've been to an airport, but I would imagine it's kind of like that, the overhead speaker.
It's like that when you're on the plane, not so much whenever you're actually
maybe
in
that's
place.
Yeah, I'm getting my fake visions that I've never experienced.
You're good.
You
will soon, boy.
But yeah, overall I thought it was a solid song. It's just, it didn't, like you said in the last track, it just didn't really get the hook. I put it just not a home run with me. But I think the overall message is just you're allowed to be sad, and then you just kind of get out of the funk. Like eventually you're gonna be okay. Like you said, it's unbearable until you face it. So yeah, I gave it a 6.6 out of 10 just because it didn't really do a whole lot for me. And then speaking of things that really didn't do a whole lot for me, this is kind of we kind of talked about, like, to me the album had a dead spot, and we're right in the dead spot. The Man with the Axe, it's a beautiful love song. The Man with the Axe coming in at 4 minutes 16 seconds. It just didn't really do a whole lot for me. I couldn't really even like listen to the song with the lyrics. I put it as kind of an outlier. I don't know if you see that at all. But just on the overall sound, her vocals, everything, it just kind of, I don't know. It sounded a little different. I put around 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Her voice gets really good for me. I can't remember exactly what the lyrics were, but it just wasn't enough. There wasn't enough going on, I didn't think. I thought this was the dream pop song, if anything. Just the overall ambiance I got of it. I gave this probably the lowest score of a 5.8 out of 10.
Okay. It's the most subdued musically thus far. Sounds similar to the echoey guitar that came before on the album. I've got hundreds of gowns, I've got paintings and frames, and a throat that fills with panic every festival day, dutifully falling apart for the Princess of Norway. I thought that her lyrics were like a pretty, more than anything on this album, those were like her lyrics are what stood out the most. I gave it a 6.5 out of 10.
Okay.
So like, kind of, I liked her lyrics in this, but aside from that, there wasn't a whole heck of a lot going
No,
on.
I thought it was a well written song. It just didn't really
Yeah.
do anything for me. But I'm glad you seem to enjoy it more than I did.
Yeah. And this is like, there's maybe, let me see. There's like one more like song on the album for me, but like from here on out, it's on an upward trajectory.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Quite a bit actually. So let's see. I got Dominoes at 2 minutes and 3 seconds. It's short. It's sweet. It's a little ditty. I like the background city noise. It gave it a nice little like flair and character. Kind of made it stand out a little bit. So I appreciate
I
that.
heard that you're doing yoga.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch you flick them down like domino.
Well, in the music video is, I mean, I don't know if it's like the official, but like, I mean, there's an official one where it's like maybe not what's gonna be on the fucking album, but like just like a live acoustic one where it's just her and Jack Antonoff just on a fucking roof, just kind of doing their thing.
Nice.
And like he's plucking guitar, she's singing. And it's funny because like there were a lot of rumors going around that like her and Jack Antonoff were together, even though he had a little lady, Lena Dunhams, as fucking Matt and Shane call her. Yeah, so that's his lady. That was his lady, and now he's with the girl from The Substance. But there was rumors that he was with. Lorde.
Oh, that was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yes. Yeah.
She's fine. She was also in The Maid.
Which, like, if you think about it,
we love pussy.
Her and motherfucking.
That was her name in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, just for the record.
We love that.
But I do love pussy.
Yeah. So.
Can't deny.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, she kind of looks like Lorde, like similar.
Yeah,
like,
I've always thought Lorde was somewhat attractive, and that's not weird because I was in high school when that album came out.
So it's weird that she's younger than us.
Yeah.
Isn't that strange?
Yeah, she's only, how old is she now? Like 25?
No, dude. Well, she's like 28.
Okay.
So she's like a
I
little
looked it up, but
than
I can't remember. Yeah.
A little younger than me, and well, fuck, a little younger than you too.
Did you remember? I used to have her poster, the Rolling Stone. Yeah.
And you're like just missed it by the one. Wasn't it one?
Something like the episode or the
it was like
issue.
It was like 301
something,
or like 1501.
Yeah, I don't know. It was higher than that because you would think they would have more. I'm trying to find a poster though. I want to get a poster of her for the garage.
He's getting in the cupboard. Look at him.
He's like, yeah, this is my space now.
He's like, no, this is out of here. I think I'll chill. But yeah, no, it's nice. I like the background city noise. Musically, it's pretty simple, and that gives her vocals like it doesn't drown them out. And like maybe it's just the way she's like singing into it, but like it feels like her vocals have a closeness and an intimacy to it that like is like pretty like prevalent.
Yeah, it sounds pretty personal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like that.
Just another phase you're shooting on through. The whole world changes around you. You get 50 gleaming chances in a row, and I watch you flick them down like dominoes. Really love the outdoor vibes. Like it just feels very like springy, nice weather, and like I said, it's short, it's sweet, it doesn't waste your time, and it works good. I gave it an 8 out of 10.
Okay. This was another song I was kind of surprised. This is one that grew on me. I'll say that first, but I'm surprised it wasn't a single. Just because it's kind of like a breakup song, but I feel like it's pretty good. But yeah. You get 50 gleaming chances in a row, and I watch you flick them down again like dominoes. Must be good, or must feel good, being Mr. Start again. I like the vibe of it. It's something similar to something maybe Amy Winehouse we covered, Back to Black.
Yeah.
You guys can check that out on the channel, but I thought the songwriting was somewhat similar. Like it was like a fuck you, to whoever she's writing to, but it was good. It's like, yeah, I just gave you all these chances and you're just
Fucking throwing it
not,
all
yeah,
away.
exactly. You're messing it all up, you idiot. I put similar lyrics to what you did. This song grew on me. It's actually, and it's so short too, 2 minutes, 4 seconds or whatever. I put it in my top 5 on the album, but it might be scooting closer to top 3 in the album. I didn't give it a super high score, but I give it an 8.2 out of 10 just because it did really grow on me.
Yeah.
Her chorus, I watch you flick them down like domino. I keep saying domino, but dominoes. But yeah, so moving on, track number 9, Big Star, 2 minutes, 47 seconds. I like the song. She does a lot of like talk singing, some Johnny Cash style. That's what I always think of when I hear talk singing. Um, it picks up around 40 seconds for me personally. Every perfect summer has to say goodnight. Now I watch you run through the amber light. I used to love the party. Now I'm not okay. Drinking in the dark. Take me home tonight. Baby, you're a big star. I thought the chorus was good. It's like really some soft vocals, and her voice is really soft on this track. I liked it. I liked the vocals. This song didn't get a super high score from me, but overall, I liked her voice. Like I liked the way she sounded in this. It just wasn't something that really piqued my attention. It's not poppy enough. Like I'm just so used to Pure Heroin being so dancey, and this song wasn't very dancey. It's more of an emotional song. I still thought it was good. It just didn't speak to me in a super great way.
Yeah.
I put 7.3 for the overall score.
Okay. So I put it is a sad song about her dog Pearl who passed. And I don't know if you noticed, but on Spotify the little like screen image that plays for it is a dog.
Doggy.
The little silhouette.
Did you see a picture of him?
No, it was just a silhouette.
Yeah.
But like I'm like, oh, it's a song about her dog. And like it makes sense, like given the lyrics. Yeah, Spotify screen is a dog silhouette. I'm a cheater, I'm a lie, I'm shy. You like to say hello to total strangers like a dog would.
Yeah, 100%.
But every perfect summer's gotta say goodnight. Now I watch you run through the amber light. And then there was also a bit about like I have so much to tell you with like there's only
Not
so
enough
much
time,
time.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because dog ears.
Yeah.
You know. Let me see. The vulnerability is very much appreciated on this track, especially whenever she says like "big star."
Yeah, the way she sings it, yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
And I also gave this a 7.3 out of 10.
Okay, nice.
So I was gonna say we have fucking 100 numbers we could pick. We both land on 7.3. Song number 10 at 1 minute and 33 seconds. Leader of a New Regime. Or is it The New Regime?
I put Leader of a New Regime.
Okay, Leader of a New Regime. It's the shortest on the album. Like, good little bit. Except for, like, Dominoes, which was, like, pretty short to begin with. This has, like, fucking 30 seconds less than that does. It feels almost more like an interlude than anything. Like, It doesn't feel like a full-on track, in my opinion. Won't somebody, anybody, be the leader of the new regime? Free the keepers of the burnt-out scene. Another day. Lust and paranoia reign supreme. I give it a 5.6 out of 10. There's not really much to be said for this.
Yeah.
You know?
That's kind of what I put. It's a short song, so it's hard to really talk about anything, really. I thought the intro was kind of... It goes back to the theme of the album, the sun and everything. Wearing SPF 3000 for the ultraviolet rays. Made it to the island on the last of the outbound planes. I thought it kind of sounded classical at one point. Like, I don't know. Not super classical, but just... I think it's just because there's so much string music going on. And it kind of sticks with that vibe to the end for me. But, again, it's a super short song. I only gave it a 6.6 out of 10. I think it's kind of a goofy song for me. And it's so short, it's hard to really do anything. 6.6 might be a little high, but that's what I'm sticking with. Track number 11, Mood Ring, 3 minutes and 46 seconds. It's crazy. We listened to Remy Wolf while we did the album on Remy Wolf.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too.
You guys could check that out too on the channel. We did that, and she talks about a mood ring too. It's not the track's not Mood Ring, but she definitely.
It's the first song on the
album.
album.
I can be yellow, yeah.
I can be orange by the afternoon.
Yes.
Purple.
So quick when I change it up. Yeah,
Any color of the rainbow. Sorry, I'll stop.
Mood Ring grew on me. It definitely grew on me. I gave it a pretty high score actually. Now that I'm looking about it. I keep looking at my Mood Ring. Tell me how I'm feeling. Floating away, floating away. I kind of wonder, like, this is her Weed album and her psychedelic album. I'm kind of wondering, like, if you're tripping, like, what is your Mood Ring saying? You
Yeah,
know,
that
that's kind of
changed.
what I started to think about later. I'm like, are you throwing it off? Because like, it ain't gonna know. That's probably not in its,
Yeah.
its wheelhouse. Like I said, I kind of gave it a high score. I'm gonna stick with it though. 8.6 out of 10.
Okay. Don't you think the early 2000s seem so far away? This album does have a number of. Or wait, yeah, this album does have a number of songs with early 2000s vibes, including this one. The guitar and the drums, the vocals, it all just feels very 2000s-y. I can't feel a thing. I keep looking at my mood ring. Kind of tell me how I'm feeling. I'm trying to get well from the inside, plants and celebrity news, all the vitamins I consume. It kind of feels like a bit of a time capsule of a song. Like I said, it really feels like late 90s, early 2000s. She says it in the song. But I give it an 8.2 out of 10.
Nice. I'm
I
glad you liked it.
I really enjoyed Mood Ring. Mood Ring was nice. And on to track number 12. Fuck, it's me. Track number 12 at 6 minutes and 39 seconds. Song is very chill, kind of poppy, the voice effect and musical layers. I really like that. Also really like the drums that come in. They're like pretty subdued at the start of the song, and then around like 2:12 they start to come in. Oh look, the rays are in the bay now. You can hear the waves and the cicadas all around. Or can you hear the waves and the cicadas all around? Brain so hot, it's a summer bod. Every day is blue and never cloudy. Taking it 1 year at a time. 5:16 music and like the vocals kind of change a little bit, kind of like that. That's where the taking it 1 year at a time and like really the song almost like completely changes into something else.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And like it's from like 5:16 to 6:39 the end of the song. I really enjoyed it, and it feels like it also has a video that goes with Solar Power.
Okay.
It's very similar. It's like her and like her brother just out on like a little on a raft, just like out in this like really like clear blue water, and they're just
Nice.
chilling. And there's some lyrics like in that song specifically, like her
Yeah,
just
for
talking
her
to her
little brother.
brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I give it a 7.6 out of 10. I
Okay.
liked it.
All right. I thought it was a. I mean, it's a long track on this
It's very
album.
long.
I mean, it's like at least 2 minutes longer than anything else.
But I like the fact that it like what did I say 5:16 to so like a good like minute and a half almost is like completely different
Yeah,
sounding.
the
I like
tail end
that.
of the song is definitely different than the beginning.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty personal song. I liked when she was talking about the water holding her, and when he was a boy. I was literally like last night I was listening to this. I was wrapping up my notes and I picked Letty up and I was like singing it to her. When he was a boy.
When she was a boy.
Yeah. Well, it's like my father. She says something like
Yeah.
that, and then she's like, when he was a boy. But yeah, she does mention she's like baby brother. Um, I put it was almost like I don't want to say hidden track, but it definitely changes. I think you said 5:16. I put around 5:30, but it definitely stretches a little bit before that. But it's not really a hidden track. It's more of just like a closer, if you want to call it that. I thought the song was kind of long. It had a lot going on. I wasn't super crazy about it. I really, I'll get into it after well, I guess I'm wrapping this up, so I can't. I'll give you my score. I gave it a 6.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Um, what I was gonna say is though, there's two bonus tracks that are available in the deluxe version. Um, the two tracks are Helen of Troy and Hold a Grudge. I thought Hold a Grudge was a pretty good track. Now I doubt you listened to them because they were deluxe. And I told you we weren't doing the deluxe. But originally when I listened to the album, I listened to the deluxe. But I was like, we don't need to do two more songs. Hold a Grudge I thought was really good. I thought it could have replaced something else on the album. There was a couple songs that I just wasn't real keen on. So yeah. And then Hell in Troy I thought was decent too, but I prefer Hold a Grudge for sure. So
Okay.
closing thoughts though.
Closing thoughts. It was a lot. It was different than what I was expecting.
Were you expecting more of like the pure heroin sound?
Yeah, I was expecting a little bit more poppy. I was expecting
I
a
think
little
she was
bit.
like 15. I don't know if she was 15.
She was like 16 or 17.
She was really young when that came out.
She was a young buck.
And that won a Grammy.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wildly talented.
That's hard to top that when you start that good.
Yeah. So I was expecting more of like.
And she's from New Zealand.
Like, even if it wasn't.
Artists are from New Zealand.
Even if it wasn't like on that level, I was kind of expecting something more in the vein of that. I kind of wish that I got a little bit more like musically. It felt kind of same.
Yeah, it's got a similar sound for all the tracks. Strumming of the guitar.
Yeah.
Kind of quiet.
Yeah, I wanted a little bit more.
There's not very many dancey pop tracks on this album.
Not at all. Almost none.
But it's her weed album too.
Almost none. And like, I mean, I hear that like this is the album where like people are like, oh, you don't like it because Lorde got happy and you didn't. And I'm like, well, I didn't really listen to Lorde like that before, so I can't really. I don't know. And then, like, it doesn't really sound particularly happy.
No, I don't think it's an overall happy album. I think it's just kind of meh, if anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't really have any sad points to it, but it's not overall happy either. But
Right.
I didn't think Pure Heroin was really either. Pure Heroin, I felt like, was a very confident album.
For sure.
I listened to it again today, actually. So.
I will say, I do feel like this album does get better the more you listen to it. I don't know like how much better. You know what I mean? I don't know if it gets a lot fucking better the second time you listen to it, or if it's like the fifth time you listen to it at all. Like,
I think certain songs, because I listened to it on the way over here and I caught some traffic. So my half-hour drive, we didn't cover the runtime, but I think it's like 46 minutes. It's under 50 minutes.
Yeah.
And there was a couple songs I skipped, but there was a couple I would skip and then I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm definitely playing this though.
Yeah.
So.
There was I want to say, let me see. So that's track. Fuck. Okay, no, I got this. Track like 5 to like. I want to say 7, 5 to 7. Like really did not.
Yeah, that's what we talked about last night. Yeah, I was texting you and I was like, yeah, 5 to 7, because you were saying there was a couple dead spots, and 5 to 7 for me, yeah, they were dead too.
But then I mean, it came back around.
Yeah,
and
with
then,
Dominoes. Yeah.
Leader of the New Regime.
It's kind of short. Yeah.
But yeah, exactly. It was more of like an interlude than anything. But it really started to like win me back in the second half.
Yeah.
So like,
I feel like sometimes albums do that. A couple, at least what we've covered. I'm like,
first 4 songs.
And then
I actually
you
really
get like
liked.
a couple of little mids, and then it perks back up.
Perks back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I kind of wish there was a little bit more like musical variety as far as this album went. But like the first time I listened to it, I was just playing Hell with Ivers, and I'm like, at no point was I like, ah.
Yeah.
But then like, yeah, no, the middle kind of dragged briefly.
Yeah,
but
like
it came back.
5 to 7. Yeah.
And like,
We'll just keep beating that into the listener's heads. 5 to 7.
Skip that.
Skip it, boy.
But
girl.
Whatever you is.
He, she, them, they.
Yeah. But
everyone.
But no, it kind of like it started winning me back in the end. And overall, not a bad album. Kind of wish that there was a little bit more musically, but hey, if Lorde's happy, well, fucking good for her. And I am curious to see like what the new album's gonna be like.
Same, dude.
Because I mean, like
because we'll be in Arizona.
Because we'll be in Arizona when that shit comes out, dude.
We're not in Kansas anymore.
I'm just saying.
I'm buying a copy there, physical copy.
It might be kind of cool for us to review the album like while we're there.
I thought about that today.
I was gonna say
it's also your freaking wedding weekend though, so it's like, dude, if we don't have to do you're like, Alex, go away.
Okay, well, what if we did it like the week after the fucking?
Oh yeah,
how about that?
We could.
Like,
because I am going to cover it. So if you guys are listening now, check back anytime after June 27th.
Yeah.
But no, I want to buy a physical copy of it. I've never bought a new album when it comes out.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never done that.
There you go.
Have you? And I mean, I'm not buying it. It doesn't have to specifically be the day, but within like a week, 2 weeks.
No,
yeah, I don't know anybody.
I bought it like a new album within the same year, but that's about it. Like, and I think it was like Rick Ross's like Mastermind, which like people dump on, but I fuck with that album hard. I'm like, all I wanted
That's
was
number 13, isn't it?
$1,000 and a bad bitch. Like, I don't know. It's got some bangers on it that I like, and like some really like good fucking intros where it's like your account balance is 478,365,000. Like, it's the whole thing, but
That's it.
it's like, bro, bitch.
That's in my Swish banking account.
But yeah, overall, not a bad album. Not like the most exciting listen. Like, I don't know. I think like Remy Wolf like almost kind of spoiled it for me.
She was a lot more poppy rock and roll.
Yeah, and that was like very easy to get into. This felt a little bit more introspective, but like you could tell like it seemed like she was in a better place.
Yeah.
You know, at least that's what like everyone online says.
Yeah.
So like,
you're like, I'm online.
Yeah,
I'm one of them.
There you go. Yeah, not a bad pick.
Yeah, I thought it was overall it was good. I'm glad it made me happy because it was like I really liked Pure Heroin, and that was 2013 I believe, and this is 2021, so 8-year difference. And
yeah, fuck.
It's still, I mean, I still got a couple like songs on my Spotify off of it, so that was good for me because I like Lorde as an artist. But I agree with what you're saying. Like Remy Wolf, that album that we covered last week, that was pretty damn good too, and it was a lot more upbeat. So yeah, this album, I wouldn't say it was overall super happy, but it's not a bad album. I agree with what you're saying though. It's not as poppy, not as dancey. My favorite song off of it, I think my highest rating was "High at the Nail Salon," and that's like a pretty sad song, honestly, when you really analyze it. But I thought the writing was good. Yeah, overall, I liked it. What would you be your overall score of the album? I would give it like a 7, honestly, because there's not like a lot doing it for me, but it was a good album. I think for me, which is crazy because we're both giving it a 7, but Pure Heroin is just a better album, and I think everybody would agree. Even probably like the sales of the album.
I would not recommend this as like an intro to Lorde.
No, you would probably want to listen to Pure Heroin.
It's like if you're a fan of hers, like sure.
And she's got another album before this. I can't Melodrama.
Yeah,
and
Pure Heroin, Melodrama, MDMA.
Yeah, there was a Spanish version of this album released too, I believe.
Huh. Okay.
Which I think I can't remember exactly all the facts, but yeah, it was a good album. Do you want to talk about next week's album, sir?
Yes.
I know I was tasked when we took a break. I had to pick a number between 1 and 13.
Yes. Well, no. You pick the number
1 or 13.
Or
That's
13.
Correct. Yes, I tried picking number 3, and he didn't like that.
No. It doesn't work like that. That'd be nuts if I had like 13 different options for you. Like, I mean, which one's it gonna be?
You're like, I already got my notes done for all 13 of them, bud.
Oh, Jesus.
You want to do it right now?
I was gonna say if I had some Adderall or Vyvanse, like I probably could, and then I'd be set.
What year is it again?
Wow. You know?
Don't you think the
mid
to
late, like mid to early
teen
2010s,
early 2010s, early 2010s,
just knocking them out. It's like the handwriting's perfect. It's immaculate. Actually,
I wrote you a letter, but you ain't calling.
So
I sent my home.
and it's at the bottom.
Yeah.
So yeah, your whole thing was like, I got 2 albums of mine. One that I'm sure you have not listened to. Actually, no. One that I'm sure you haven't listened to. 2. There's a chance. I should have
video.
I should have done thumb first, but like,
yeah. Like the dude from Inglourious Basterds where he counted with the...
Exactly. But, anyway. One that I'm sure
13.
One?
Both! I wish we had video. He's flipping me off.
I'm giving him the thumb and then the flip off.
But he hasn't done it successfully yet, so that makes it funny.
I'm going to tell you 1 time. I'm going to tell you 2 times.
Count, I'm not looking.
So, yeah, you pick one of the 2. It correlates with the album. 2 albums of mine. What's it going to be? 1 or 13?
I was going to ask you which one I would like more, but that kind of defeats the whole purpose of this. All right. So if I answer 1, are we going to alternate and do the next one after that, or is it just off the docket? You can't tell me that?
I hadn't thought that far ahead.
Okay, well, that's fine. I'm just going to go with, I was going to be like, lucky number? I'm going to go with 13.
Fuck. I kind of wanted you to pick 1.
Well, 13's got 1 in it.
Well, you know what? Fuck what you want.
I mean, you could mix them up,
Fuck
dude.
what
You're
you
the decider.
want. It's what you're hearing. All right? All right, yeah, we'll do 13. That's fine. And you know what? Yes.
We're going to listen to the tattoo on your arm.
Actually, Damn. All right. Well, now I'm like, okay, this album. I'm glad you picked 13. Actually, next week's album is gonna be the 13th Step by Perfect Circle.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. That's the album that I'm like, you may have heard, but I don't know if you have or not. Because I feel like if you had, I feel like we would have talked about it more in like our friendship. Because like it's a fucking banger.
Oh, I'm sorry to let you down.
No, it's fine.
What was number one though?
Number one, so 13th Step. One,
Beatles.
and you know what? It will be my pick for my next go around.
Okay.
Is it's not actually the like album name. It is the song "One Beer" by MF Doom.
Okay.
So
MF Doomsday.
no, food. That's the album.
Okay.
But yes, same guy, same guy.
Okay.
Yeah. So food is gonna be my
I like how you. And when you did that, I was like, "What? What is he doing?"
Well, it's because it's like
Pizza?
food.
Okay.
Is like the album
Makes sense.
name. So
Make a sense.
I knew you were gonna pick 13. I had a feeling. But yeah, so we'll do 13th Step.
Okay,
by
number
Perfect
one.
Circle.
You're number 13, bud.
Exactly, man. There's only two ways to go. So, but I think you'll dig it, and it has a fucking like cover of a Failure song, so that's pretty good.
Okay.
So
I think we should take a break. I need to use the men's room.
do you have any trivia lined up?
I do not.
I do.
I was kind of leaving it up to you.
By the time we like take a piss, come back, get into my trivia, we'll be there.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up, guys.
All right, we will be right back.
And we're back, guys. So Shane's got some movie trivia for us. So what do you got for us this week?
This week's movie trivia is Interstellar.
Nice.
Released October 26th of 2014 by director Christopher Nolan. Budget of $165 million with a box office of $758.6 million. Written by Christopher and Jonathan Nolan. For the cornfield scene, Christopher Nolan grew 500 acres of corn. The corn was then sold and actually managed to turn a profit. That's kind of cool. Steven Spielberg was initially attached to direct. In 2006, he hired Jonathan Nolan to write the screenplay. Then in 2012, after Spielberg's departure, Jonathan Nolan suggested the project to his brother Christopher, which he took up. Anne Hathaway suffered hypothermia while filming in Iceland. It was due to her astronaut suit being opened while filming scenes in icy water. So whenever they were on that planet with the fucking big wave, yeah, her suit was open. Yeah, she got hypothermia from that. God, that would fucking suck. I don't know what hypothermia is like, but I imagine it's probably not great.
Not good. Yeah, it's like your body's shutting down.
Yeah. The giant dust clouds were created on location using large fans to blow cellulose-based synthetic dust through the air.
I think I seen that on YouTube or something. Facts about the movie.
Yeah.
Neat though.
It is neat. According to Space.com, the portrayal of what a wormhole would look like is actually considered scientifically correct.
Yeah, I think they went through like all the hoops and ladders, whatever you want to call it, to make sure it was scientifically
whole thing to make sure
correct,
it all checked out.
Which is awesome. But Nolan does that. I feel like he did that with
Tenet?
No, not Tenet. The one that just came out about the bomb.
Oh, yeah.
Oppenheimer. Yeah.
No.
It was very scientifically accurate too.
Yeah, I feel like Tenet was like, it was pretty complex to the point where it's like, well, no one really has any like real.
It's like, dude, we're not checking.
It's like we don't go forwards and backwards at the same time.
We're not checking your work.
It's impossible. It doesn't exist. God damn it.
I can't help it. It doesn't exist.
I can't help it. It's not real. But yeah, it's depicted as a sphere showing a distorted view of the target galaxy. This one I think you'll get a kick out of. This is my final bit of trivia for the movie. Dr. Kip Thorne won a scientific bet against Stephen Hawking. Let me see. Fuck, completely lost it. Yeah, won against Stephen Hawking upon the astrophysics theory that underlies this entire movie. as a consequence to losing, Stephen Hawking had to subscribe to Penthouse magazine for 1 year. That was his punishment for losing.
And that's what got him to Epstein Island.
That's what got him to Epstein's. So, the upcoming movies for this week, releasing 5/16, we have Hurry Up Tomorrow. It's like a thriller starring The Weeknd.
Okay.
It looks
I'm
interesting.
gonna tell Heidi about that. She's a big fan of The Weeknd.
There you go. Tell her about that. Because it looks weird. And he plays himself in the movie. So, we'll see. And then the 6th entry into the series, we have Final Destination Bloodlines.
Yeah, Lindsay was talking about that last night. She's like, "There's a new one coming out." I'm like, "Yeah, we should go see it." She's like, "No."
No, she's like, I don't want more shit to be afraid of.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I think Alex and I might go see that, but
I need to watch all of them because I've seen bits and parts, but never really watched all of them.
right. But at the same time, we also have plans on Friday to go see Sinners again.
Nice.
Because a coworker of mine wants to go see it. And I'm like, well, shit, Sarah. Well, if you're not,
I figured.
yeah, it's like, well, if Michelle ain't going with you,
I was like, if you're not gonna name her name, I'm gonna say it off the pod.
yeah, it's like, well, if you're not, I mean, if Michelle ain't going, we'll fucking tag along. So, might go see Sinners again on Friday.
I don't know what we're doing Friday. Pencil me in, maybe. We gotta find a sitter, and I don't know. That's not always doable.
I was gonna say, be like, Heidi, get the fuck over here
Yeah,
right
she's
now.
been trying to work hella extra hours.
No, get the fuck over here.
I ain't
right
trusting
now.
him with my kid.
Oh, I don't blame you. So, but yeah. So, anything else?
No.
All right. Well,
I
tune
got
in next
nothing.
week. Tune in next week for our review of 13th Step by A Perfect Circle. And until next time,
Don't work too hard now.